I nearly depressed it.
Depress the stream.
Wow.
Decompress the stream.
Oh yeah,
Jarran.
by the way, we're live now.
My camera's so blurry. That's hectic. I have like, whoa.
I told you.
Bro, I'm like the blurriest guy ever.
Episode 5, Dom gets a new camera.
Yeah, I'm looking at my phone now, oh god.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that's a real good contrast of quality, isn't it? All right, well, guys, hello, anyone that is tuning in. Hi, Zach Fagale. Of course, I'm going to say hello to little fan of Dom Tomato, my guy. Yeah, I was thinking earlier, Jarran, how good of you like, hey, I'm Dom, the reason you're here. I'm Jarran, the reason you stay.
Never, because people just want to ask you one question. How do you do the big front flips, man? With your bones and stuff.
I didn't even, like, at this point, I wouldn't even know how to answer that specifically question. But yeah, Jarran and I used to be garbage men together. We used to live together. And now I make YouTube videos and he
makes music. That's what I do. You notice because I got the guitars.
That was a sick segue. We nailed that one this week.
Yeah, so you're getting into the flow of things.
It's like, you know, when I know when to, you know, when to, I know talk.
Bam.
So what have you done for the last 24 hours, Jarran?
All right. So one thing that I've been getting into the last 24 hours is seeing how much I can hold my breath underwater. Yeah.
How have you just started that in 24 hours? Like, okay, I'm going to start. And then how many hours of the 24 hours have you held your breath?
I don't know. I've just been trying to do laps. I don't know. I have no... your camera. I have no, like, passion for free diving. I think it's got to do a lot with jiu-jitsu. Like, that whole getting strangled and being calm when you're running out of oxygen.
Oh, and yeah.
So I'm like...
Yeah, I've heard that talked about as, like, a thing.
Yeah. So now instead of doing laps, I'm just like swimming underwater, pretending I'm a mermaid.
I've kind of just decided mentally that if I'm ever being choked, I'm going to be like, I'm calm, you know, because I already know to be calm. So that's how.
Nah, dude.
I'm going
to, you just spaz out so hard. You're like,
nah, not me, bro.
Not me, I'm chill guy.
I know to remain calm. So how am I going to spaz out? Because I know, you know, how do you know?
Because it awakes the animal in you.
I know, bro. I fucking know. It's in my brain.
Apart from that, so now I've got one of the Mac Pros because I am a consumer whore.
Yeah, you upgraded your computer, you dog.
I think I have 96 gigabytes of RAM and a whole bunch of just ridiculous stuff. But
yeah, I have about 13 sheep, 2 horses.
Ooh.
Not as good as RAM, but
bam.
Yeah. Jordan.
Apart from that, I'm gonna go for 32 kilograms on the Simple and Sinister workout. So that's 100 one-arm swings and 10 kettlebell get-ups.
What were you on last week? Same or
20?
The upgrade is 20. So 32. That's a 12-kilo upgrade.
Yeah, well, I've been doing 24 all week, and it's kind of like I've tried 32s and I've gotten close, but like you feel like your goddamn socket is about to come out. You're like, you're just like,
yes.
Good times.
Quite. I love when your socket almost falls out. I did that the other day. I posted that. My most recent post on Instagram is a fail.
Dude.
And yeah, I don't know. That isn't even the most, like, it's like one of the least damaging fails I've had of all the fails that I had.
Was it a soft landing? What happened there? Like,
I just got around to the right position, so my hand got down, and then I got to here, so my shoulder didn't get directly impacted. It kind of was like the edge of my arm made the elbow hit into my side a little bit.
You could see that, like he knew he fucked up moment was when you came out of the 360 dive rope. What?
Yeah, I said no. If you hear the audio, I say no.
Oh, really?
I'm like, nope. As I like open up for the dive roll, and that's what I should have done because I was actually in the right position. That's why it was dangerous. Because if you're in the right position, it's safer to flip over than it is to open out because your momentum will keep going. Your feet will drop down, and you'll be like, wah!
Yeah. So you came. Were you too far away from the edge or too?
No, I was perfect. I was perfect, and I freaked out.
Oh, you just freaked out. All right, sick.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
tell me about your
Yeah,
last
yeah.
24 hours.
All right, what did I fucking do? Well, I did a bunch of editing. Oh yeah, I got it. I'm sorry, Jarran, I'm cheating on you. I thought I would reveal that on the
Yeah,
air because it was better. That's why I
I
didn't
like
tell you
wake
earlier.
up to a message from you saying that, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
So, some artist, Vincent Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if he's a parkour guy. No, I didn't really do that much investigating, to be honest. But Vincent Brown sent me 57 brand new beats.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Who's
and
that?
they're all like trappy, like they fit that general bracket of that trappy
I'm never
orientation that I was
making
going
you a
for with you.
trappy beat then.
You don't have to. You've been relieved of
Looks
your
like that
duties
is
there.
just like done.
Yeah. You can go back to classic rock and strings and all the fun stuff. 4KQ. Oh, I should probably should have put pants on before this episode.
Legs.
Yeah, I thought I'd put the shirt on for branding, obviously, but pants. Psh, psh, you don't need that.
Is that shirt supposed to be gray, or have you just been washing it with
No. This is a grey one. This was made grey. And then next, yeah. So that's the first thing. I've been cheating on you with a new musician, and then I got a new GoPro Max. Listen to that unboxing. Oh yeah.
Why'd you get a new one? They just sent you it?
No, so I had a meeting with Ed Ringwood, who works Two Palms Media. He's like this influence guy. He's just working back and forth with me right now. But he's also my contact for GoPro Australia and New Zealand. And I have scratched or broken. This is my 5th GoPro Max.
Really?
So since the GoPro Max came out, 6 months ago, maybe? This is the 5th one. That's how much I've already torn my new pair of rain jeans, and I got a 5th GoPro Max today. But this one I traded in for my old one because I scratched the screens.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. So you think you're a consumer whore, but at least you look after your things.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So, and then I also wanted to say, I can look on the comments now. What do people think of the GoPro Max? Because I saw a comment today on my YouTube, and it was like, "This is the first video I haven't sat all the way through. I hate the GoPro Max trend. It's you guys are despicable using GoPro Warp. It doesn't show the dimensions of the jump. So I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I read that as well. It was like,
see, you seem like the funnest dude. Yeah, I'm gonna boycott the GoPro fucking Max craze. Like, who cares? Who cares if people want to experiment with
things
shooting?
come
We've been
in and
shooting
out
parkour
anyway.
the same way for 12 years. Or for me, 14 years. But we've been shooting parkour for so long the same way. Of course, when new toys come in, we're going to experiment with that kind of phase. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. What's the go? What do you think of the GoPro trend that's happening right now? I personally just like the innovation and creativity of a filming tool. And then it's kind of like I can always film myself now. So the narcissist in me is like, yes.
Well, I like that at least it's an action camera that they've done it. So, but then again, you are breaking 5 of them. So
Oh no, I haven't broken. No. I wouldn't say. Okay. Hold tight. The camera's durable as fuck. I just scratched the lenses, man. I'm saying I mistreated them. That's why I've had 5, and that's the extent of how much I've mistreated them. Not that they're not sturdy. They're a very, very good thing. I was just about to show people on my awesome screen of quality. This is the GoPro Max. It shoots 360 video. If you didn't know, it's the newest GoPro after the GoPro 8. And it's what I shoot all of the videos on that you'll see from last month and the next month. There you go. Little backstory to that. And that's why I got that. And yeah, still going on this 24 hours. I have this weird butt thing. So I did a gainer gap and I failed. That's another post on my Instagram if you've seen it.
No, I haven't.
So if you look at I post the gainer gap and then in the same clip,
out of middle head.
Fail. Yeah, out of middle head.
Oh, I saw that.
So I splattered that one, and I hit my hip bone on the side, and now my butt and my whole right leg is flared up, and every time I sleep, it gets worse. It's really weird. I don't like it.
Sleep upside down?
No, I can't. I don't know, because if I'm on this side, it's activating the glute in one way, and if I'm on the other side, it's laying on the glute, and yeah, I'm gonna lay off the gluten, man.
Ooh, you went there.
Yeah. Yeah. So So that's been really annoying. That kind of hindered me from going out training today. And then I watched Soul Destroyers.
Oh, really? You watched it this morning?
No,
Or
just
today?
like an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago.
Oh, so we were
Subject
watching
of
it
the
at the same
day,
time.
Soul Destroyer. I finished watching it when you started.
Oh, right.
Trade
So
off.
now it's a competition.
Game tag. Yeah. So we watched it at the same time. If you wanted to be, Mr. That Guy. Jarran and I watched it at the same time. We also stared off into the moon and thought about how it would be cool if each other were watching it at the same time. You did that, right, Jarran? Because I did that.
Obviously.
That's what I was doing when I was staring at the moon, by the way. Do you ever stare at the moon and wonder if I'm staring at it too?
Obviously. You're the only person that I think about ever.
That's the kind of friendship we have.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Damn.
And then, Soul Destroyers. That, I guess, brings us to the topic of the day, which is Soul Destroyers. The MOTUS Project, for those who are uninformed, is a group from England. Well, not England specifically, actually, the UK, comprised of young athletes brought together by Giles Campbell Longley, and they just released a year-long project, 3 countries, a 40-minute dead action edit, just intense, like nothing else except action and a little bit of banter. And it's an amazing video. Huge accomplishment for all of the athletes involved, and they've just dropped their clothing line alongside of that.
Oh, so they didn't have a clothing line before that?
No, sorry, they do have a clothing line. They just dropped their new, what do you call it when it's new season? Their new. No, it's their new line. It's called their new line.
Oh, is it?
Just not new clothing line. Just their new line.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think that's the lingo, because we dropped our summer collection.
New
collection.
Oh, it's the new collection.
Yes,
they've just dropped their new collection.
Yes, alongside of that. Just download it. Let me know when you want on. Okay, I send Max the link Zoom now. You all know who Max Barker is. Well, if you don't, you're going to find out.
It's amazing. Like, he's possibly got most of the clips in the video. Or maybe I was just paying more attention to him or something.
I mean, he is a fan favorite for sure, because he's created a fantastic kind of repertoire that's really iconic, like his side priest stick. There's like the old MOTUS video, and then he did it in the Resurgence video as well, and like he's just got this really finessed, beautiful technical style that I think really stands out from like a lot of other athletes, regardless if they're on the MOTUS projects or not. Like Max Barker. Like, every time I stick something on my toes, I yell Max Barker.
Oh, really?
Do you know what I mean? He's like the master of that, like just toes landing, not balls of the feet, just toes, like blink.
It's just, the whole thing was just crazy. It's almost like it's bringing a new way of thinking about parkour. Like, there were no doubles in there. That's one thing that I noticed, and I'm like, wow, they made them.
I think that speaks more to the culture of the UK than it does the necessarily the style of free running, because I do see a lot of athletes like going out there and doing the double still and doing that high level of stuff, but more like variations. Like, I've seen now more cast double backs than I've ever seen in 1 year training. The last year training, I've seen more cast double backs than in my 14 years of training. So I'm like, okay, there's definitely a progression in a new way. But like, everyone got over double side, but everyone still kind of will do it occasionally as like a bang at the end of their line or something like that. But the UK tends to focus more on parkour and then interlace the free running or tricks necessarily as like an added garnish on the end of those runs. Like, rarely will the primary focus be this one flip, unless of course it's a flip precision leaning back into that parkour essence. Like, there's just like look at Star as well. How many double flips do you see in a Star video? Next to none, because their style is parkour based, and then the flips are like, the extra flavoring, seasoning, paprika.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so still no word from Max yet, but he has said he downloaded Zoom.
Bam.
So word from Max is that he downloaded Zoom. And then I said, click this link. And then basically now it's a race between Max and Keelan to who clicks the link first.
Mm-hmm. They can both come on the podcast.
Well,
Why
that's
not?
too much. Yeah, they definitely can.
Be the Brady Bunch.
You and I'm messaging Max and saying you are now racing Keelan. And we'll see if that inspires them to click the link. I don't know. Will you get a notification about the link, or will I get a notification about the link?
What? I will.
Okay, perfect. Well,
I'm doing all the things.
What I'll do right now is quickly just have a little flick through the comments.
The one that says I like dude bell flips.
I like dude bell flips. Yeah. Okay.
But that's why you always liked the UK scene, by the way.
I'm a noob because I've got only 27 watching. That's how I rate my soul.
Well, not anymore because it's
45 now. Bro, my soul just got doubled. I wish I had more clout, because then my soul would be larger. I rate my life on how many people view my shit. I just really wanted to talk to Jarran for an hour a week, and then I thought, why don't we just post that? Because that's, productive in modern society. See?
Funnily enough, it appeals to everything that I want to do. Because it's all technical and stuff. Got things running through other things and just things.
Whoa, man. And things.
All the things.
Specifically things.
So many of the things.
I think if we break down more things, people will tune in. You know what I mean? We just lost a whole bunch of viewers because we talked about things too much. I love that.
We should have talked about the stuff.
Anyway, there's NPG_gamer who says, Dom, love you. You are the best. So, bro, I love you too. You're the best. Finn answered the 360 camera question. It adds a cool style to your filming if you look at the stuff Stora and you are putting out. Thanks, man. I mean, they really just carved the way. I already had a 360 camera for like ages, but then I wasn't using it the same way they were. And they really showed me personally a way that I can continue to use the camera and innovate with my filming. And just there's some runs that I swear are just better to capture on the 360 because you get more information about what's going on. Yeah, there's some slight distortion in certain parts, but you really get an understanding of all of the things that are happening around as opposed to just the person running through the frame.
I've noticed when
Jarran, you look like Elon Musk.
Apparently so.
Sick. That's a compliment, bro. You look like the smartest man in the world. Like, that's in my books, that's a 10-10 compliment.
All right, I'm gonna shout this guy out because it says, "What up, Dom from NYC?" NYC is like in the middle of the night. It is like 4 a.m.
Yo, safe, dude.
Why are you awake? Or maybe I'm just grandpa.
Dude, you used to be.
Oh my God! Guess who won? Guess who won?
Who won? Let me guess. Was it Keelan? Because Keelan's more responsible.
No. We'll just find out.
We'll just find out. Who is it? What MOTUS did we acquire? We have Max Barker.
No.
Yes. Amazing. Welcome to Talking Trash, Max Barker. Sick. You beat Keelan.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, it was like, you must update it. I was like, okay, quick.
Get him. Yeah, so both myself and Jarran just finished watching Soul Destroyers like an hour ago.
It was fucking amazing.
Oh, lovely. You liked it, yeah?
Yeah.
You're the coolest.
Bro.
Yeah.
I've
watched it like 6 times now.
Yeah. It's got to feel so much more nostalgic for you watching it and knowing and feeling all of those moments. Like, I know when I go back and watch old videos that I was a part of, you're like, whoa, it brings back so much.
Yeah, it's so good. First time I watched it, I was like, oh man, makes you like well up, and like 40 minutes is a long time to just be watching what you've done, and it's just it's just.
So when did you guys start filming that?
I don't know. We started filming in London, so the clips that you see in London, that was like the first shoot,
where is that arm jump that you scrape out on? I want to go do that, because that's such a sick arm jump. Like when it happened, I was like, I literally was like, oh yes, 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 because I'd seen the preview of it. So I was like,
yeah.
where is that?
Yeah. Oh, I don't actually know. I don't know. I'm not.
I should
really
ask Marks, right?
Yeah, ask Marks or Giles. They will definitely know. But I'm like, I guarantee that people will be, as soon as they get the location, I can imagine so many people like going and bashing it. I would like to do it again. It's just, it was so like, the airtime on it is unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks enormous.
Yeah.
Did you think like when you caught it, did you stop because you ripped your fingers or something, or did you just think like, I just can't get that today?
Well, the one that I slipped out, that was just like, yeah. That was just like my feet slipped out and my fingers couldn't hold on, basically. The wall was the brick that you're like cat leaping to is like that really sort of sandpapery brick.
Yeah, so it peels off as you hit it.
Yeah, it's not like the most sandpapery, but with that much momentum, it was just, I just had to send it and just see what happened, and that was the outcome, basically. Yeah, but I feel like somebody could get it perfect and it would be nice.
Yeah.
How was the impact when you bounced it?
Yeah, I know, right?
Because that was my just straight down, yeah?
Yeah. Well, so like the first time I went for it, I took off, like, you guys will know the feeling, I took off like halfway off the wall.
Overstepped.
Yeah. So I just didn't have any power, and it was the worst feeling in the air. I was just like, oh my God. But it was actually okay. I just bounced off of it, and then
I swear, 2-foot drop kick to like butt feet bounce is the safest exit when you can take. If you can take the drop, it's like the safest way to go, because if you 1-foot it, you're going to do damage to your ankle, and if you like if you hit the ground without 2 feet or your butt, the butt's the like the cushiony, it's got all the muscle there, so you can like.
Yeah, I didn't like hurt my feet or anything when I hit. The sketchiest part was there's a little curb like right at the bottom. Yeah. So when I slipped out, I was just like, thank God I didn't like sprain my ankle on that or something.
Land like half on it and give it a twist. Yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm ready to see some of the fat guys absolutely slay it.
Yeah, true. Those fat guys have got massive jumps. Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, you're not the sketchiest guy anyway. You know what I mean? You're not like even when you fail, you're not like wow. It's all like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. I guess it's just my body. It just flows, and the way it goes,
the way it moves through your soul.
Yeah, really. I mean, in my mind, it feels like but yeah, I guess it's just how different people's bodies look.
Yeah, no, for sure. People's control of their limbs as well. I always credit like the fact that you just started with someone who had a high technical skill training you, like with Scott Jackson. Like, rate that to it's like you didn't learn bad habits, you only learned the correct shit. So therefore your body moves now with those appropriate, like correct techniques, as opposed to like some of us who started earlier and like would land shit flat foot for 3 years, and then people are like, hey, you got to land on your toes, and you're like, oh, sick, that doesn't hurt anymore. Mad.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, thank God. My heels aren't bruised constantly now.
Yeah, wow.
I think just landing on. Yeah, there's a funny story actually. Do you know Nye Newman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My God.
He like for the first like 3 years of his training would just sort of land on the wall like with his whole foot, just like because it just felt like normal. And then like Aiden and Hector were like, do you know what like tech is? Like you're supposed to land on your toes. Like, and he was like, oh shit. Yeah.
Like logically, if you haven't done parkour, it feels like that's the safest way, right? You want to land with like as much surface area either side or on the wall, so that you don't have any like shins or like that, because that feels like that's what's going to happen when you don't know.
Yeah.
You feel like your ankle won't hold it because everyone thinks their ankles are like super weak.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it would break if I landed like that.
I know. Yeah, when I speak to people, they're like, you know what the craziest thing is? When I see you do like a massive jump and you just land on your toes. And to be honest, it does like sound like stupid. Like we're doing massive jumps just to like the front of our foot and not the whole of it. But if you landed on the whole of it, your feet would just be bruised as hell.
Oh man, I've hit the middle of my feet on the way through. Like when you mess it up and you just like go halfway, and your feet don't have any sort of cushion or suspension there.
Well,
They're just
yeah,
like,
that's the point. They don't have anywhere to move. Landing on the
Yeah.
front, you have that like time for your Achilles to take it all up.
Yeah, exactly.
But
mm-hmm. So does that mean like Achilles the warrior would have been really bad at parkour?
because his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
yeah, Dad.
Right? Do a jump and be like, "Nyeh, nyeh."
Yeah, he just dies.
Yeah, just like in that scene from Troy where he gets shot with like 3 arrows in the heel and he's like, I'm dead.
That is so weird. Like, who came up with that concept? Let's give this like superhero or whatever he was, like that's his
Godly
Achilles.
warrior. Yeah. Let's
Weird.
yeah. Well, that's like, it's like why the Achilles is named the Achilles. I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
because of that guy. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
The other thing I was wondering, I don't know if you'd have much of more, or Giles or someone had more of a say in this, but what was the motivation for making a full 40-minute movement piece over a documentary? Because last time with Spinning in the Wind, you had the documentary and it was like more in depth and explained more. And this one, I don't really even know what happened. I just fucking so many sick jumps, and like the jumps were the stories. What was the motivation there, do you think?
Well, through my eyes, I guess everyone would have different things to say, but I feel like, I mean, we started off just thinking we'll just make like a 5-minute action piece and that'll be it. So it was like it was always going to be just an action piece. And then I think as it progressed, I don't know, I guess like documentary style videos are just more common, and I feel like maybe we looked sort of into the skate community and like see what they do. Like I guess we just hadn't seen many long form action pieces come out of the parkour community. You know, it
especially
always
for a while. Yeah.
Documentary style to it. And I think I love the documentary style, but I don't know. It's just, I guess it was just something different, and it means that we could just focus on performing and like showing the world our best moves without any distraction, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Well, here's a question
like,
from
I'm
someone.
a big fan, obviously.
From someone that like doesn't know the entire history of parkour. All right, has anyone done that skate kind of video thing? Because that's definitely the vibe I got when I was watching it. Was like,
especially the first 10 minutes had that real skater-esque with the transitions and the city and showing that transition between like the old smoking dude and you guys doing the thing.
Yeah.
Has anyone done it?
When I saw it I was like, yes, I'm so glad. Because when you're just out there, I just had the camera, I was just filming loads of different things, and this guy was watching, and he just looked so steezy with like his jacket on and his glasses and his ciggy. And I just filmed it, I was like, and then I saw it go in, I was like, yes.
Yeah, no, but that part actually really stood out to me, really popped, just because of that like contrast of like still sleek, like kind of wise, and then almost like the skater-esque kids, like, you know, the way that it was breaking down.
The contrast.
So, yes, I like that.
Has there been a full video, getting back to my point, of like literally a team where you have athlete, and you each have your segments that you're working on? Because that was one of the big things about skate and BMX videos.
Yeah, like parts. Right?
Yeah. Has that ever had a thing? Like, has that been a thing already?
Yeah, I think there's been quite a few. There's been like shorter videos with like athlete parts in it, but I don't think like really long form, like 40 minutes or like an hour, or it goes into then like documentary style stuff, I think, when it gets longer.
Yeah, because I'm a massive fan that you guys didn't go that way, and for me it puts the rewatch value through the roof, because it's
Yeah,
now like
yeah,
I
yeah.
can go back and watch this multiple times, and I don't feel like I need to. Like I can go and look for a specific part of the action that I liked, or like I know this line and how it's broken down. Like I loved Jordan's. Jordan stood out to me in this hugely. Like Jordan was like his line choices, but two, his like joy or rage at each of his movements was hysterical. And really
he
like
had the two big ones, the one that he was so pissed at himself and the one that he was so fucking hyped at himself.
yeah
Like,
when he finished the double cork and he's like, yes, that was so fucking good. Like
I know, it's because they both took like so long.
mm-hmm.
And then one, like when he got it, he was like just like kind of just pissed at himself because he got it, but it took so long. And the other one, it took so long, but it was the opposite side of the spectrum. He was happy when he finally got it.
Was that the one in Portugal?
Yeah, they're both in Portugal.
Oh, sorry. So the one where you did the big line that took you ages, the large Kong pre on the rails and stuff like that.
Oh, bruh.
Who was the guy that did the other line there?
Johnston.
Yeah, that's Johnston.
I thought so. His wall side is the tightest thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
It is like it just goes into this little bowl and spins around.
I know, it's so good. I love that.
Yeah,
he was Johnston was a bloody star of the show there because he managed to fit in like a good few lines, but he was pretty much filming like most of it whilst we were out there.
I imagine so. I mean, he's such a like vibrant character. When you're out training with him, he brings such a sick energy. Like regardless of if he is behind the camera or in front of it, you know what I mean? He's just always got that like positive drive to what he's doing, and it's just really motivating to be around.
Yeah.
And he's a silly old lad as well.
He is a silly old lad, but then also it's funny. He's so stupid and silly, but then when he wants to focus, he's right there. You can say something stupid to him, and he'll just be like. So he's great to have around because he can bounce off us younger ones, and like we can just have a fuck about. But then he can also, I mean, we can be serious as well, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, you and Lewis lining up the running pre. Across the stride down to the running pre for ages, you know, like that looked pretty. Just I know that process, and then it just eats at you, right? When you're going down, you get the comfort, but then you can't get that right moment to push it.
Yeah, I know. It was the most frustrating thing I've ever experienced.
Soul destroying.
Oh, I see where you went there.
Really.
Close
I was like, oh man, it was soul destroying. I was like walking away and just being like, I felt my heart had been stabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still think about it?
Yet so far, because the mind just stops you. But I was so ready in a way, you know.
Yeah. What are you saying, Jarran?
Do you still think about it? Are you gonna go back? Are you planning to just go back and just smash it?
Definitely, I'd love to tick that off, and just know that I'd gone back and like got it. I'd love to do that. Definitely.
It'd almost be that sense of progression once you go back as well. Like the idea that look, I've gotten better. I can do it now. You know what I mean? It's like it happens in training where you leave something alone for a while, even if it's a specific challenge, and then just come back because you've progressed and you'll be able to do it. You know what I mean? That's a good feeling because then you feel like, oh, I am actually getting better. Like it's a clear indicator that you are progressing as an athlete.
Yeah. That is really nice, actually. I went back to a challenge the other day. I don't know if you saw my Instagram a while ago, that this stride off a rail to like over like some bushes to a wall. It was a while back.
Sounds familiar.
Not that far back actually.
You don't post too much, so it's not too hard. Yeah, I found it. Yes, strides featuring at Garm Goblin. Yeah.
Jackie boy, Jack Milnes.
Yeah,
Shout
Jackie.
out to his clothing brand, Rough Cut. He's got amazing.
Yeah, that's sick that he's doing that.
Yeah. Anyway, this challenge, I maybe like looked at it like
that Thanks, Dom.
Yeah, not that one. The one before.
No, the next one. It's coming. It's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
But continue to describe
That's really hard as well, to be honest.
the tic tac. Yeah, that looks better.
The
Hard.
direction was horrible, and that's Jack. Anyway, yeah.
Mhm.
So I looked at it like a couple months back, and I just wasn't feeling it. And then I went there that time, and it just completely clicked. But I feel like one of the main things in that situation is like if I go back to these strides in Portugal, I feel like because you looked at it so intensely for that short period of time, and then you go away and it sort of like simmers in your mind, like it slow cooks in your mind, and then suddenly it's just ready to eat.
Yeah, fair. I know. Yeah, I think
go.
that's with the specific challenge as well, because I even found like I did a 360 roll bomb the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nice.
Yeah, so I did it with the Webster in, which I also bailed hard. We were talking about earlier, but to do that, I did roll bomb, which I can do every time, like 10 out of 10 now. And then last time I did the vortex roll bomb was in England at Wandsworth, and it took me about 13 or 14 tries to land it. Like I kept landing on my side or landing a bit under rotated or whatever. And then this time I did one like timer where I didn't, like I just slid off the roof, and then I did 3 for 3. And I was like, shit, that's a good feeling. Like, you know, from going something that took 13 attempts last time to now taking pretty much one attempt and doing it 3 times in a row. It was like, I haven't done that move since, but I've definitely progressed, you know, like my awareness for all of the aspects have progressed. And so that, you know, there is like the visualization stuff, because you're able to kind of know that your body can do those things. But then I think as well, like the just awareness, like this is a note like a chunk easier is a really good feeling. Yeah,
it's nice to have that, so it, you know, it can show you in real life, because sometimes it might be hard to see your progression. That's like a clear way, going back to a challenge that you couldn't do and now you can. It's like a clear way of seeing your progression. Yeah,
and I think for a lot of people who plateau, maybe that is something they can do in their training. Go back, watch a video, or think about a challenge you did maybe 2 years ago that was really hard for you, and then go back and smash it now, and you'd be like, I have gotten better. I do. You know, it's a nice little self tick, because we don't have any like levels. You know what I mean? We don't have any like, you are now a green belt in parkour.
Yeah. Imagine, oh my god, that'd be so weird.
But you do have manpower gap. That's a rite of passage.
Oh man,
black belt manpower.
That would be sick. Yeah, get a little like.
No, I feel like I got like a belt upgrade when I did the side flip pre to the rail ages ago.
Yes, that's a little belt upgrade for sure.
I was just like, yes.
I didn't think it was possible to add like a notch to my front flip belt, but I've definitely locked off like another 3 feet to 4 foot of air.
Oh, what? Yeah.
Like with height capability, like comfortability as well. Like I'm almost like now I won't do a front flip if it's like under 3 meters, because I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, I've done it before. Like I'm not gonna.
Well, I just unless it's like part of a line or a combo, it's not like it's not like I feel like I'm just phoning it in. You know what I mean? I could do it, so I don't need to, like there's no reward for me in doing that. Yeah.
No, like I feel that.
Yeah. There's this one I'm looking at down the road, and it's like 3.5 stories and 27 foot across to like a gravel roof from the top of a car park.
Jesus. Wow.
I'm just like, is this point? It's like, is it worth like the risk involved? Like I know I could do it and I know it'll be fine, but it's at that point where it's kind of life threatening. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna even like.
Well, yeah, go on, do it.
Yeah, that'd be fucking sick. I reckon. Yeah, by the end of the year, I'm gonna be here all year, so I just had to find.
Where are you guys now?
I'm in Sydney.
I'm in Adelaide.
Nice.
So both in sunny Australia.
You should say where you are as well, so then we get all 3 tiles.
I'm in Bournemouth. I'm in Dorset, England.
Oh, what a fantastic place!
It's lovely. It's not the best weather. I've just been camping.
Yeah, but it's summer at least.
I wish I'm in Australia. My brother lives in Melbourne. So I want to go live there one day, I think.
Dude, come come. If you come to Melbourne, I'll come stay for a good chunk of it. Like,
Definitely.
it's the good thing here is like it's the middle of winter here, like dead set middle of winter, and it's like 15 degrees during the day,
Yeah.
maybe 20,
Yeah.
and it rained, and we've had one of our driest winters ever again. So it's been like raining every 5 days for half a day.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm like,
That's-
what?
that's-
Why was I running away from winter in Australia for so long? But then I watched Soul Destroyer, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
that.
Europe is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead set. Oh, all right. Well, I think the next thing, other than our main topic of Soul Destroyers, is I just do like a weekly world of parkour. So just talk about what's happened in the past 7 days that I know, and this could be good because you can also add some shit because you'll have.
And I can't
different
add
knowledge than
anything,
I
so I'll
do.
just sit here twirling pens.
Jarran,
But-
I like your setup you got there. It looks
Thank you.
It's nicely lit. You got your keyboard, you got 3 guitars, you got like freaking tons of IKEA shelves.
So many IKEA shelves.
And
They
black
reached
ones
to
as
the
well.
they reached to the ceiling. I had to Olympic lift the black ones on top of the other ones because there's no way to just like inch them up. You just get...
Olympic lit. What, you had to just like
I had to stick my hands through the slots and just kind of like hoist it up and then get it under and then smash it up
geez.
there like that.
nice.
Good times. But this is where I live.
Yeah.
I just make the music and go quietly insane.
Yeah. Did you know that Jarran makes all of the music for my vlogs? I don't know if you know.
No.
That's okay. So that's the very reason we started doing this, is because he's basically doing all the behind the scenes on my YouTube audio. So it's like, why don't we just talk about that shit and give more insight into the videos that we're putting out on the channel?
Yeah.
Oh yes, a
That's
JavaScript just
cool.
came up. Like a JavaScript update just came up in the middle of the fucking screen.
Oh, lovely.
Go
Well,
on.
that means that Max, if you have friends who are like, I need to make a video, but I don't want to get it copyrighted, you can come to Jarran, and Jarran has a bank of music. And also, you know, if you guys want to work together on something, like you're like, I have this sound and I really like it, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
That's sick. That's sick.
funnily, that's actually what I wanted to talk to you guys about, with the whole movie. Let's call it a movie. It's a movie. Like,
It's a movie.
this is the first movie that has used like rock and roll. It's like
Nah, not the
slight-
first, but yes.
like as a
Yeah.
main kind of thing though. Like, and that was cool. That kind of like down tempo hardcore. I have not heard that. I'm just like, whose initial idea was that?
That's heavily Giles influenced. He loves his rock and his.
I think it's very thematic of MOTUS since they've begun, especially with Spinning in the Wind. I feel like that was kind of the not breaking point. What do you call it? Like where it broke through. As you guys were, I was like, this is the type of stuff that I expect from MOTUS, like a sick kind of rock track with heavy action and like always like a unique editing touch, you know, be it
and then a nice sprinkle of like cinematic like vocals in the same like rock song.
Yeah. Really gives this like uplifting vibe and this motivational sense to it.
It's also a unique vibe. It's like, I now attribute that with MOTUS. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's heavily Giles influenced. He loves his music, and I think he did a freaking banging job. And shout out to Jimmy the Giant for his. I think he's got 2 tracks in the video, one in the credits and one midway, and they are. When it came on, I was like, this bangs so hard. So
good. I mean, Kieran's been killing it this year. I should say Jimmy
really
for Online Identity. Like me and him have even been talking a lot. He's been helping me with like my YouTube stuff as well. Like he's just such a sick person to have in the community for that aspect of makes music, you know, participates in jumps, and is now making videos based around the culture. So big shout out that
I love how we've been seeing like lots more sort of like variety and like different styles of creative like projects just coming
Hmm.
out of parkour, because that's what we need to expand it, you know, just like variety.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I guess that tags into one of the things I said about this weekly in the weekly world of parkour is that Sean Wood's doing 30 videos in 30 days, and like the challenge for him is that he usually has like creator's block where he'll make something, get 2/3 of the way through, or even finish it, and then get like hesitant about putting that out. So I think like that's another thing to other people out there who haven't heard of it or who maybe go through the same thing is that he's doing, yeah, the point is to just make shit and put it out there, which I know a lot of people do struggle with, uh,
yeah.
worried about the way it'll be perceived or the way that it's not high enough value or they don't think it's going to be you know, there's a number of reasons, but yeah, I think that's something
Yeah,
that, you know, it's a variety of
everyone's
content.
perfectionists.
But it
Just
is
gotta
something.
end it.
Oh, I'm so
Sorry.
not, man. No, go on, I'm over chatting, but
Yeah, you
yeah,
just gotta send it. Just gotta. I guess it was like with Soul Destroyer. Like we got to the 5 minute stage, and then it was like, well, I guess it was because of COVID and everything. We couldn't put it out because like factory issues. So carried on filming. But yeah, just always
funny
want to
how it
go
works
more,
out
more,
like that.
more.
Yeah, we go bigger and better, right?
Yeah, it could have
Um,
been 2 hours long if we postponed it again and filmed more and more. But it's nice to sort of get it out there and start fresh and keep going, keep the momentum going. Don't want to
yeah,
get stagnant with
I
anything.
think you guys rode the hype wave perfectly. Like there was like the hype and then the little bit of drop off that you won. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah,
kind of were
yeah.
like, oh yeah. But then when it
Happening.
came back in a way where people were like, where is it? I
Yeah,
want it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? There was this really
yeah.
like um
Yeah.
eager fandom for it, which is really great. So I was really glad to see that it all popped off and now I've watched it. Boom, understand why.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We thought like the hype was going to be too much because it did have like the first wave and then the drop and then the second big wave.
Hmm.
But I think it works good. I think it's okay to, I guess, as long as it lives up to the hype. But I think it's okay to hype things like a lot because people, you know, are completely 100% ready for it when
For
it.
sure. And if you're proud of it, why not hype it up? You know what I mean? If it's something you really
Yeah.
want to show to people and you want to get attention because it's something you've worked hard on and put your effort into, I absolutely
Mm.
think it's a, you know, a great thing to hype it up.
Mm. And also, it was like unintentional hyping because we were like, yeah, it's coming out soon. And then no, it's
It,
not.
yeah. I mean, that's the classic of Team Free. They did that with the beach in 2012. I don't know if you were around to remember that, but
Uh, no, I didn't.
they released the city, and then they released, I think, something else, and then they're like, oh yeah, the next video coming out is the beach, and we filmed the beach video, and there is a beach video, but we just like there was people asking about it so much that we just never released it. Like there was more hype, and we just never put the
Yeah.
video out because like it had
Um,
that. It's weird. It had that unexpected hype as well. We were kind of like, oh, we don't know if we're gonna release it, and then everyone was like, "Where's the beach video?" Like, oh shit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
weird
should
how it
release it.
works.
Still have it. Just as
I
like an
think it's
archive.
somewhere. Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Do you know what? I'm gonna message that to the group chat right now. Um, right now. The other thing, I guess, in
Don't knock the
relevant
microphone.
microphone, too close.
No, just don't knock it. Jeez.
Relevant parkour news.
Yeah. So we're reopening the 2Jam Easy website, which is a
Oh yeah.
big website that my partner and I have created to basically try and be a hub for community events that are happening, gyms and facilities that we have available and that sort of thing. So if there's anyone that is listening or watching now or in the future, please message 2jameasy, info at 2jameasy.com with any of the gym reopenings and that sort of thing, so we can get the ball rolling and kind of network with everyone again and get the most information out there so the most people can access parkour as easily as possible.
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
COVID kind of
That's-
killed that idea, didn't it? Like,
Mm.
obviously it's still coming, but you had like all of the
Yeah.
summer jams and all that kind of stuff, and it was gonna be good, and and then
Yeah.
COVID.
Well, I guess there's an up and a downside for everything.
Exactly
COVID,
right.
COVID has
Exactly
done
right.
some crazy things, but also some good things as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's silver lining to every cloud. Like you gotta look at it that way and just do your part for the world. I guess that's the way I see it from the beginning. Like, be
Yeah.
a good citizen, partake in, minimizing the spread of the pandemic, and try to be positive. Because if you get, I think everyone I've talked to has at some point during the pandemic felt like down or upset or different in some way for a period of time, even if it's like a day where they just feel like, what, everything feels weird, or to the point where some people I know have really struggled with the time.
Yeah. It's been a freaking crazy time. I feel like, because it's crazy to live through something like this. My grandparents lived through the war, when people are actually trying to kill you or kill your people, and like countries are at war. And I know countries are still at war, but it's kind of crazy to live through something so like drastic and like life changing.
Mm-hmm. I think in
it's
a
a
way
good
though,
lesson.
in a way there's
Around.
difference to the war as well, is that this one has the ability to kind of bring the world together, as opposed to being destroying. It's one of those things where it's the human race versus something, as opposed to each
But it
other.
won't.
Human race versus
If it was aliens, we'd all be like, black, white, brown, it doesn't matter. Male, female, grab a
Team
pitchfork,
people.
we're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
That's it.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
kill
Well, I think
aliens
that's.
No, of
unless they were
course.
killing
What if they
us.
were like, we're talking like if the COVID bacteria was killable and
Yeah.
we deemed it an alien, I think
We'd
Team
come
People
together.
would unite, which is why I'm surprised
course.
that Team People isn't uniting more around the globe right now, because that's what we need to do, is be supporting and loving and caring to other
Yeah.
humans. It feels like that's, I mean,
We've got very complex brains.
we
us
do.
humans.
Us pigskin apes.
Freaking pigskin mates, love it.
Yeah.
Pink or pig?
Yeah, it's a
Pig.
a pig,
Pig.
like pigskin.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we got the skin of pigs, but we're apes.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, isn't it?
All right, let's do you have your phone or anything on you, Max?
Yes, I do.
Because if you go to the YouTube page now, then we're going to go through and answer a few questions for the last couple of minutes from people.
Is this live?
Yes, this is live. Sorry, I should probably
Hello.
You're live.
Yeah, everyone's been talking shit about you the whole time.
Shit, I didn't kind of realize. I thought you were gonna like cut me. No, I'm joking.
That's
So
why
what's
you've been
the-
doing all that heroin right there.
Yeah, and just been like ripping. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's the YouTube?
Dom Tomato, and then
Oh, yeah.
it's
Awesome.
it'll be on there somewhere.
All right, I'm going to
Okay.
start it off
Hi.
with the first one from someone called Overlock Your Mind, who said, can you ask his favorite trick? Not a generic question at all. What is your favorite trick?
My favorite trick. Oh look, it's me. Sorry. My favorite trick. Oh, this is such a horrible question. I like everything. I don't know. Just moving in general. I wouldn't say. I guess I love like a good side flip. Side flips always feel lovely, like in all different areas.
Variations.
Yeah, variations, exactly. Side flips are lovely, and because they've just been like the first trick I learn, and like they come easily. But I also I love moving with rails, like the feeling of rails on my feet. So I'd say like, I guess favorite
You're a
trick
weirdo.
is a flip, isn't it? But my favorite like thing is rails on my feet. There you go, done.
There you go. Question
Ooh,
answered.
You weirdo. I like that answer though.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know. It
my
feels-
favorite trick is sleight of hand. Oh, wait. Once again, for everyone, my favorite trick. Wait. My favorite trick is sleight of hand. Oh, oh.
Yep, you
I'm-
definitely did
That's
that.
pretty good. That's
I was
pretty good.
I was working on that the whole time I was listening to your answer, Max.
Nice.
Talking about progression. You all give me so much motivation. I am 18 and started doing parkour not long. Okay, I didn't know if that was a question.
That's
but I
not a
read it.
question.
I read it. Thanks, Miguel.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
I think.
keep on going.
Oh, dude, he goes on to say, I could not do it before. It's such good feeling orgasmic, to be honest. Yes, Miguel. Have you ever had an orgasm doing parkour, Max? That's what I'm going to roll that question
Right.
into.
No. Answer is no.
Okay, I've got one
I
for you.
probably maybe like pooed or like pissed myself a tiny bit, but probably on like a trampoline or something. Something
Okay.
stupid.
Okay, yeah, well,
No orgasm.
because I was going to say the other day I watched Kadori do like this massive 180, and then afterwards I kind of was like, whew, I feel like really like elated right now. Kind of like, oh, that was, yeah, not in an erotic way, but just like, like the afterglow. Like, whew, can't believe I just experienced that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've experienced that. Obviously, you may be virginal still, of course.
Maybe like after like nearly hurting myself, and I'll be like a bit turned on.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that could have been bad. I could have been a bad girl.
Could have been bad. Oh god. Trash talking at its finest.
Yes. Well, I mean, the goal is to just chat. Really, that there's no higher transcendent.
Yeah, this was
Message.
literally just us getting together, and
Yeah,
then we're
great.
like, "Oh,
Well,
we'll
that's
live
what-
stream it."
Yeah. That's the best stuff. I guess people want to hear just chats.
Yeah, I think as well. That's why I want to just have people on as well, is to just chat about, like, talk shit about what's happening right now or like, recently, as opposed to coming on with a specific topic in mind every time. Like, okay, we're going to talk about sports. And this is Max, and he does. Yeah. Like, we've got a rugby player this week, and we're going to talk about his opinion on parkour. Like, fuck, I don't give a shit, man. Like, sometimes probably when
We've
you've
got a
got about
rugby player.
parkour.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, here's a good
Funny.
question. Why does Soul Destroyer cost £8?
Right.
It's a very easy question.
Because a lot of hard work went into it, and to be able to create more of this stuff for you to see, we need the community to support us so we can do it. Basically, it's like it's the circle of life. We could only probably just do it once, and like it's like anything, you got to make a living out of these things. So but I don't know, if you think £8 is cheap, then I don't know. Yeah, it's £8 because it's £8.
Personally, I paid the £12 because I've still got the
deluxe edition.
director's commentary and the behind the scenes of
bonus
you guys
features, bro.
doing some bands.
Yeah, I think to pay an extra £4, is it £4? Yeah. I think that's worth, like, the BTS is an hour long, and the director's commentary is like another like an hour and a half, whatever. Actually, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I think it's worth
I'm
it.
gonna screen record it and put it on Vimeo. Got you covered, bro.
Cheers. Yeah, we're waiting for somebody to do that.
Yeah, I thought I'd be the guy. It'd be nice of me. Do you that
Yeah.
favor?
No, even
Yeah,
better,
thanks.
better. Upload it to Vimeo as a private video, then make a Patreon account.
Oh my
Charge
God.
people to stream their video.
But £7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bam.
no.
You know what? We've just nailed this. Bye, Max.
See ya, thanks. But- Right, okay, well, good luck with it. I'm going to get the boys on you.
Well, I think
You just
both
hear a
of
knock
us.
at your door right now.
Oh. Okay, I saw Ali Law versus Joe Hendo MMA fight out of the blue recently. Will we ever get Dom versus Max MMA from Chaotic Renegade?
I would frickin' hope not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be scared of you, to be honest. I think you're like
Yeah.
slyly like ninjistic.
Nah, you would.
Dom,
I'd maybe get a few like jabs that hurt, but you would definitely win.
he's the length of Dom's arms are just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, those swings. Oh,
yeah.
mate. And I'm like not good. My pain tolerance isn't high, so I'd just be like, oh fuck, okay, right, that's
I'm
it.
sorry, I don't want to. I don't like
Yeah.
this. What about okay? If you had to MMA match up with someone in the parkour community, who do you think would be the most like equal person for you to MMA? I don't even know.
Hmm. uh, uh, I guess there could be loads. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
You're pretty
fighting
standard. Keely, that would be. I would. Yeah, we should make our own in-house PK MMA thing where it's just like
Yes.
community only, and then like exclude all others and be really elitist about it.
Yeah. Only
I'd
top, I
fight.
think.
I'd fight Eric because he'd beat
Yeah,
me,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it'd be a
I
good
think
fight.
that would be a good
Oh,
match. I think
no.
Yeah.
Wait,
He's-
Eric.
Mukamechen. Yeah,
Okay.
Russian
Dude,
Eric.
he is like a nugget.
Yeah, bro. But I don't think
I think
he
you'd
can
go
punch as
against
hard as China.
Eric Moore as well.
Oh yeah, Eric Moore. But yeah, Eric Moore is too friendly. I'd feel bad punching Eric Moore.
Yeah,
You know what
true.
I mean? And I feel like he was stop it, you're hitting me.
yeah. Not in the ribs. No, it tickles.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. I think the only thing now I have left to kind of summarize is what we're releasing this week. So Jarran made. Have you ever seen Blue Shorts Massive?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
so
course. I used to jam to that song a lot.
Yes. Oh, you jammed to that song a lot. Hear that, Jarran?
Oh.
Jarran made my monthly compilation in what do you call it? From drawing inspiration from that song.
No, I just
Nice.
ripped it off completely. Let's not
Oh, sick.
let's not talk inspiration. Like, so Max, this is what I do. Like, we did the same thing with Ampy Sound. There's like, here's a track. Can you make that? I go,
but
yes.
not that. It's like
Can you
that,
make
but
that?
not exactly that, so
Yeah.
we don't get pinched.
that's basically what we did.
Nice. Well, I mean, I'm excited to see it, and I'll be the verdict of whether or not it's like too similar.
It's good. You can judge and message Jarran like, hey, Jarran, you're a fucking copyright artist.
No, I'm just not as good as the other people that actually put a lot of time into their work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
just
same.
Like,
That's why we make such good content, Jarran, because we rush it.
yeah.
And I tell you about podcasts like the day before, and then the guests about an hour before. So we're doing good,
Yeah.
man.
Actually,
It was about 15 minutes before Dom. Don't lie.
Look, man, I'm just trying to look good in front of all my like 45 viewers. Okay, just all right.
Does anybody have any more questions about Soul Destroy? Because I'm very happy to answer them. With my view on it, I might have different views to the other guys, but I'll be happy.
Do it.
While we're
Jarran,
waiting for them, I've got one, which is so there was the whole hashtag save your clips at the end of it, which I'm guessing comes from the Jimmy the Giant video where he's like, is Instagram ruining parkour? So how do you guys balance that of going like, we have all of this footage for the video, but now we need to get clips?
Sorry, my phone's ringing. I'm so sorry. Shut up! Okay, there you go. Got it. Carry on.
How do you balance getting clips for your Instagrams and that kind of stuff while then having a stockpile of the good shit?
Yeah.
If you're truly going on like save your clips, because then we have Dom here who saves nothing ever.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about, personally, how I've started to view it more recently is like I like to think of, obviously you can do it how Dom does it, and I love that because it's just I guess it's just a different style of doing it. But I like to think of Instagram as more like sort of like a behind the scenes in a way, like maybe show a bit more of like who you are as people and like your day-to-day stuff, mixed with the outtakes maybe. But I guess it's just like a sacrifice you've got to make if you really do, because it does pay off saving your clips and making like a big project. It does pay off.
I've definitely
And
been thinking about it more since more of the projects have been coming out. I'm like, oh, I could
yeah,
just take a month and just post more lifestyle content, which I've been desperately needing to do anyway,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Just
saving
it
my clips.
just takes a bit of like brain power to like figure out what is interesting on Instagram that's not like, you know, your
Well,
hardest
yeah,
stuff.
I mean that's kind of. I mean, my whole life is parkour, so I don't feel like I have much else to put out there. But I see it the opposite. I see it as Instagram is my promo, is my commercial, right?
Yeah.
Here's exactly what I do with my body, and I just put out the jumps that I like doing, and
Mm,
don't really think about it on a post sense as much as
exactly.
I just like I just did this sick jump that I wanted to achieve, or this sick jump happened today that I didn't know I was going to achieve, and
Mm,
then YouTube is that little bit more in depth, and now especially I'm starting to
yeah, exactly.
explain like the stories come from the like one getting moved on, of course, is a big thing, like how
Mm,
people approach that situation, but also the jumps that are told by the stories. The stories that are told by the jumps. I think that's
yeah.
like a big aspect is that's the behind the scenes that where I'm showing. It's like it's a flip role of how you view the Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess there's no right or wrong. It can be viewed either way. It's just how it works for different people.
100%, 100%. I think you need to go with what feels best to you because that's how you're
Yeah.
gonna put the most organic version of yourself out there, right? If you try
Mm.
to do something that you are forcing or feeling like it's not, you know, coming from a place of just what you want to do, then I think it's gonna be seen by others like that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just have fun and yeah, do what feels right, I guess.
Well, you're not going to have the momentum to get through the parts that suck, if you're putting on a
Mhm.
show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, loads of people like ask me like how do I've just started, how can I like make a living off of it? And it's a hard question to answer because like there's so many different ways and I don't know, like there's no like rule book like do you want me to tell you because these are like the steps. Like I normally just say like follow what really makes you happy when you're training and like
Mm-hmm.
bring any other aspects that you really enjoy into parkour. Like if you love music, bring that in and sort of
The
like
community is a great kind of cesspool for
Let's use
those mixture of
melting pot.
talents. Melting
yeah.
pot.
Melting pot is a
Cesspool's way
little
better.
nicer than cesspool.
Yeah,
Just
cesspool's like
quietly.
just icky. I like it, you know.
What did you say? Melting pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a little bit
Nice.
nicer.
It's a little bit more PC.
But we do as a community like really I find that we try to cherish those who bring the extra in and mix it in with the community. We're all about that kind of
Mhm.
as parkour is all about that kind of like wholesome collaborative view.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we have
Oh,
lots of
community is
questions.
sick.
We
Huh?
have lots of questions, or at least
All right,
4.
let's do it.
Oh, shoot.
Questions
Yeah,
for Max.
All right. So it started with how many days actively getting clips took Soul Destroyer? That's a good sentence.
yeah.
Strong.
Fantastic. Right. We shot for in London. Oh God, look, I'm not gonna be that good at this. We shot in London. Sorry, my phone.
You're right.
For a whole week. So that was 1 week, like 7 days full on. And then we were out in Portugal and Spain for 2 weeks, maybe. Oh, I'm not. I don't know why I can't remember, but basically, yeah, like a good solid 4 weeks of like full on shooting, I guess.
Yeah. from what you guys got, that is. Ayo good. Both of you are frozen at the
Ayo
same
good.
time. Oh, Dom is
Yeah,
out.
I think
No, he's
he's
on. There he is.
Yeah, sorry, I can't really. I'm sorry, that was a terrible answer because
No,
I'm
no.
not the
It's
best with
fine.
times. But
Are we back?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
back.
I think projects like that, they don't. It's less about like the time that you're shooting. It's more about all the bits in between, like organizing where you're going to shoot, editing it, and then marketing it, and then all of this stuff. That the reason it took so long is the collaboration of everything, like the collection, the clothing collection, getting that all figured out, and then like just the whole editing process and just everything together. That's why it takes so long. But the actual shooting of it doesn't take too long. So don't be put off, anybody out there, by the fact that Soul Destroyer took a while. You can still create.
When did
Yeah.
you guys have the graphics finished for that? Because like the whole graphic design around the whole project is just really, really cool. Like you even have the
Well,
animation.
that was early days. Like as soon as Giles came up with the idea of like Soul Destroyer, but solely a shoe destroyer, that this sort of Grim Reaper holding the shoes vibe came within the first like week or something, and then throughout shooting and throughout just like playing with the idea, it just sort of became what it was. And yeah, big shout out to a guy called Liam Norbury who did the animation for the Grim Reaper in the video. He was just given a PDF of the picture of the Grim Reaper with the shoes, and he like cut and spliced everything so it made it move. So massive shout out to him, because I can imagine that took
so
long.
cool. What a good guy.
Moving on. What was your favorite line in Soul Destroyer from Jake Williams, but can be yours or one of the other guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was my favorite line? I think one of my favorite lines was a line by Keelan at a spot in Vigo. You see GUP train there quite a lot. It's like the thin walls and like loads of walls going down. And he did like a really nice sort of like flowy line with like spins and a palm flip, and like it just when they filmed it, because I fucked my heel on the first day of shooting, which is really annoying. So I like stayed back at the Airbnb for a couple of days, just like resting it because walking around was too like strainful. And then they brought the clip back and I just saw it and I was like, yeah, that's beautiful. Just really gave me a bit of an orgasm.
Little afterglow.
Yeah, I should have said that actually.
I think Keelan's line choices now are always so awesome because of the element of surprise. Like he's always taking something unexpected and turning it on its head and producing that in the middle of a combo. So they go, what the fuck? Like it's really exciting.
Definitely, yeah. It was nice to see Keelan's style evolve after he hurt his ankle and like had to do less impactful stuff. It was just nice.
William Wiley, that line. William Wiley says, did Giles participate the most in filming or editing, or was it a mix? I remember him mentioning and noticed that he had less lines and jumps than the others. Wait, what? Did you do more filming or editing, or both? He was just hands on the whole thing, right?
He edited the whole thing. He edited the whole thing. Keelan was going to help with editing, but because of COVID, like he couldn't go over to the house to like help editing. But the BTS, Keelan edited quite a bit of that because Giles sent him all the files and he just like helped with editing that. But the actual project, Giles put in all the hours. It was all him.
All Giles, what a champion.
What a champion.
This is a good question. E5 says, Did you ever thought of, I'll never be as good as that athlete when you started parkour or free running?
Not when I started, more like these days. Like,
Yeah.
like when I see like all these just insane people just progressing so fast, then I'm like not going out much because of COVID. I'm like, fuck, I'm never gonna be as good as some of these fucking incredible
Ed Scott's a fantastic. I'll never be as good as Ed Scott.
people. I
But
know,
never.
but you got to accept it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I always had the thought more, I want to be as good as, more than I'll never be as good as.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one as well. It's a good answer because you shouldn't say you'll never be as good as. Yeah, you should aspire to be that good.
Yeah, I'm forever hunting Danny level, and because Danny level to me is like, it's this like myth of a thing, like because I only know the myths, so I'm like, yeah, I'll never get there, so it's great. I could just hunt Danny level forever.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Keep you going forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Danny still is a myth, is he not?
Well, nah, he's. I don't know. I'm more friendly with him now, so I have like a reality Danny. You know what I mean? Like, he messages me, we're friends, we talk, and I'm like, 15-year-old me is like, ah.
Yeah. He is incredible.
Mm-hmm. But I think as well, it's important for those athletes of those eras to kind of know how important or how much an influence they were on people who are still doing it currently or doing it professionally. Like, because I would never have been where I am if it wasn't for like all of those athletes during that era, like Danny, Phil, Jenks, Chase, Ryan Doyle, all those guys, man. Like they were the guys who put it in my mind to do certain things or to try certain things or like even just aspire to be like that,
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I really want to let them know, throughout my career that they were such an influential part, and I am thankful for what they achieved in the sport.
Yeah, that is great.
Mm-hmm.
That is great that we're all inspiring people.
Yeah, I never really think about it on the flip side. You know what I mean? I don't like to think of myself as inspirer. It's like,
I mean,
yeah, but like it's such a I just think it's such a egotistical way to look. Like, I inspire people. Today on the podcast, I'm gonna inspire you guys.
Some people live for that. And such an inspiration. But also it is lovely to get messages saying, you inspire me, and you just feel like
it's humbling for me. It's just really humbling because that was never like the goal, and the fact that I can cause an effect is like, sick, man. It's really humbling to me. I don't know. It's like,
like you're just doing what you love, but
yeah. I just never want to put myself in that driver's seat, like you said. Like, I'm an inspiration.
Yeah, I know. It's people that shout about it. It's just not. Humans are weird. Some people are just caught up in their patterns of, I need to show everyone how good I am. But it's probably due to something down the lines. Their parents didn't give them enough breakfast in the morning.
That didn't go where I was expecting. I love that. All right. Well, I think that touches base on all that we touch base on for tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything else Jarran wants to say?
No, let's just give MOTUS a shout out. Definitely. You actually know the website, so please
plug
themotusprojects.com. That's it. Go check it out. Buy the film.
Destroyers collection.
A lot of the stuff is sold out. A lot of the collection is actually sold out at the moment. Giles thought that it was going to be stocked for months to come, but
the hype.
It's good and bad because now we got a restock, but it's just amazing that it's sold out so quickly. So that's fucking amazing.
Congratulations! I'm really happy.
Just gotta wait until it's restocked if you want some stuff.
I can get me some shorts with little red stripes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
And a little bit of spice. All right. Well, thank you all and for viewing if you're viewing it. And thank you, Max, so much for coming and giving us a chat. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Peace out. I love you.
Bam.